everyone, my name is Stasha, and this is my invisibility response. Computers are like eyeglasses. In the podcast, it is mentioned by Alex that computers are like eyeglasses. I believe that this statement is not true. Computers are more abstract and intelligent. They can do so much more than eyeglasses, such as programming. You cannot program your glasses to download movies, music, or any other apps. Another big difference, glasses are needed among people to do little tasks, such as cooking. You might need glasses to see what you're doing, but you do not need a computer. In fact, having a computer there while cooking might cause some issues. Glasses are made differently for every person that needs them because their eyesights are all built differently. However, all computers are made the exact same way. There's no real difference between computers and other tools humans have built. In the podcast, Alex states that the argument is linking computers and humans to be okay and fine because there's no real difference between computers and other tools humans have made. I disagree with this because a computer can completely change a person's life. If we rely on our computers too much, we can forget things very easily. We will also stop talking to people face to face, cutting out all social interaction, and it can make us work differently by changing how we think and approach certain problems and or tasks. This distinguishes between the tools made because previous tools are less complex, and some of them, such as cars and gardening tools, are used with little to no impact on our everyday life. We drive our cars all over the place and use gardening tools to help improve our yards. And even after using these tools, we can still work the same way after as we did before, even over time. There's nothing to be afraid of. Somewhere in the podcast, it is mentioned that there is nothing to be afraid of with technology. In my opinion, there's always something to be afraid of with technology. If we continue to rely too much on our technology, we may no longer be able to memorize things, making everyday life and work more difficult. I included in my slide some information I found on a page that said this is called digital dementia. This is a term coined by top German neuroscientist Manfred Spitzer. This can cause some issues, and we might never be able to do things on our own without the help of a computer. If we cannot do things on our own, it makes the world a more dangerous place. We will eventually rely so much on our computers that we may actually become like a robot, never truly knowing what's right and what's wrong. The picture I have on my slide shows crime rate that is behind computers. This shows that we should not rely on our computers to hold all of our private information, because someone can get a hold of that information and it could all potentially be out there for someone to see. And I'm sure we all have things we don't want out there. Humanity seems to act through. In the podcast, it was mentioned that at times we see humanity act through. When I think of humanity, though, I think of all the good things. If we see anger show up more online, then I do not believe we are truly seeing humanity act through. Another thing being, online, we cannot truly tell how the person is feeling. We cannot take a tone of voice from the person just from reading something that they wrote. However, we can tell online that there are a lot more negative expressions than positive when we see something that we do not agree with. For example, I have seen tons of Facebook videos of children doing something that I find absolutely adorable. But when I go through the comments, I find so many negative, rude comments from almost everyone there. Is this truly the humanity we hope for and want? Shouldn't we all come together for the good and not the bad? We are more likely to share things that are angering. This statement was made in the podcast by Mark. I will admit, I see a lot of angry, negative posts. However, I also see a lot of positive, inspirational posts. I can hop onto any social media and find anything on there. I have friends that share inspirational quotes almost every day, but I also have friends retweet and or share happy moments from other friends or family. Then I'm positive everyone at some point, including myself, has shared a post about a lost dog or GoFundMe account. Even if we do not know who they were or who they are, we share the news in hopes that we're helping these people. So yes, we do see angry posts, especially in comment sections on posts and videos, but we must remember all the good posts that we see as well, because there are a lot of those out there. The pictures I used show an inspirational tweet from Jessie J with 3,954 retweets, and one of Trump's negative ones with only 1,806. Venting makes you more likely to become aggressive. What are therapists for then? Having my own personal issues every once in a while, I completely disagree with this statement. Venting can help you relax. It all just depends who you're venting to. If they don't listen, then yeah, I can understand how that could make you more angry. But if you vent to the right person, then it really can help. It is a good sense of release, and this helps clear the mind of all negative thoughts. And after these thoughts have passed, then we can start to focus on the more positive things, and that can relieve a person's stress, leading to a more stress-free life. The image I included has a list of causes of aggression. On there, you can see unfulfilled human needs and desires, neurosis, desperation, envy, greed, collectivism, situational factors, and cultural factors. However, with all of my research I did not find a single thing that stated venting was a cause of aggression. I mean, like I said, why would there even be therapists? With everything talked about in this podcast, I did not completely agree nor disagree with things said. There were only specific moments that really reached out to me, and I hope I was able to make you think about them. Thank you all for watching my presentation.